everybody, it's Tony from Black Ops. As you can see here on the table, I've got some equipment that we work with. This is just a little bit of what we do. On the top here is what you call a NVR, Network Video Recorder. This is what's going to record your video. Inside of it is usually a hard drive that will store your video, much like a computer. Bigger the hard drive, larger the storage space is. We don't recommend anything too big if you only have a few cameras. More cameras you have, obviously you're going to need more storage. Let's face it, you're not really going to notice anything's missing or something may have happened on your property for maybe a day or two. Maybe even a week. I've had cases where I've had to download video after a week or so. But I've seen storage, I've seen hard drives being able to store a month and a half. Any longer than that, you probably did some time in jail, so you don't even deserve to know what's on your video. Anyway, here we have what's called a switch, PoE switch, Power over Ethernet switch. All of our cameras are digital cameras. They're energized and transmit video over Cat5 cabling. They're all Power over Ethernet. Small cable, much like your internet wire. This is a 24 camera switch. They come in different sizes, 4, 8, 16, and of course the 24. What we use this for, suppose you have cameras on multiple levels of a building or on a large building or house end to end. So at one end of the house you have 10 cameras, at the other end you have 6. That end of the house that has 6 cameras is closest to your box, or what I like to call my home run, right here, NVR, Network Video Recorder. So those 6 cameras will be wired directly to your NVR. Now on the other side of the house, you have your 10 cameras. Well, instead of having a smorgasbord of wire coming back from one end to another, I'm a little OCD when it comes to my jobs, so it has to be neat. So what we do is we throw in a switch. We throw in a switch that's accordingly, so if the customer tells us they're going to be upgrading later on, we might put a bigger switch on that end of the home or the building in order to add on later on. So those 10 cameras will be wired and go directly to your switch. One wire will then go from your switch back to the home run, back to your NVR. So you see, you condense it from 10 different wires because you have 10 different cameras to one wire. That one wire will transmit the video feed from your switch to your NVR. What we then do is we program your cameras that are in your switch, the IP address. The IP address on each camera is going to be different. It's going to tell your NVR which camera it is. So what we do is we tune that into your switch, change up the IP address, put it into your switch, and then we dial it in, those same IP addresses that we've just changed, into your NVR. So that way it recognizes it. So consider it like a key. Without that key, the camera will not be recognized on your NVR. So that's that. Over here is a neat little camera. Sykes Vision's one of their models. It's a pinhole camera. Now let's see if I can zoom this in a little bit. Yeah, let's just keep it right there. Can you see how small that camera is? It's about as big as the head of a pen. We use these cash register areas, storefronts, areas that where you need protecting. Safes. You don't want the camera to be visibly known. right here. This is where we go. We have other options, but that's one of the cameras. Over here, we have what's called a 4 megapixel turret camera. Now remember, here at Black Ops, we don't believe in going below 4 megapixels. And I'll tell you why. You go below 4 megapixels, you're going to sacrifice the quality of your video. And what I mean by that is, you're not going to know you need it until you need it. Let's face it. When you first get the cameras, you'll be watching them basically 24/7. Show them off to your friends, family, kids. Hey Johnny, I'm watching you. They won't even act up. But after a while, you'll become complacent. And then when something happens, you'll go back to your video. If you don't have good quality video, what's the sense of even spending money on it? Okay? Let's face it. You can go to a department store and get packages with cameras. And they're going to be low quality. They're going to be below 30 frames per second. You know what that is? You ever see that guy that freezes, you watch the video, and 2 seconds later, they're 20 feet away? That's poor quality. Okay, that's the frames per second on that is too low for the camera. And your megapixels on the camera, they're too low. So what will happen is the video becomes pixelated when you try to zoom in, or your night vision. Forget about it. You won't be able to tell if it's a donkey or a human 10 feet away from the camera. We help protect what matters the most to you. We treat every customer the same. Every customer gets quality cameras. 1080p, 4 megapixels is our minimum. If we go any lower than that, I don't recommend it. Now, of course, your next step up is the 4K camera, which is, of course, obviously, you know anything about televisions, top notch. You'll probably name your children after me, and I'm sure I've said that before in another video. But trust me, you will. So this is a 4 megapixel turret camera. It's got your infrared, IR, separately from your lens. You ever see those cameras out in the banks or out in the stores where it's got a million different LED lights around there? Now that's for night vision. Okay, it looks like a flying saucer coming at you at night. This one has it separately. Okay, the clarity of night vision is amazing. 4 megapixel turret. Now here's another camera that we use. One of my other videos we talked about fixed lens and a fixed lens and a varifocal lens. Okay, if you remember, the varifocal lens, you can zoom in. So if you want to cover an area that's wide, but now you want to concentrate down a hallway, you can take that hallway and start narrowing it with the camera and leave it at that point that you would like. With a fixed lens, it's 4 times magnification on it. So when you zoom in, whether it's live or you're reviewing video, when you zoom in and you back out, it'll go back to the normal setting. Okay, it's a 0 zoom. So this is a fixed lens camera. The other one I showed you was a varifocal lens camera. Both look the same, it's just the options are different. Okay, there's slight price difference in them, but both cameras are impeccable. These also are 4 megapixels. They come in 4K as well. We can get cameras. We have probably over 300 different types of cameras that we can get. This here is what's called a conduit base. This is used to mount your bullet cameras, your full-size bullet cameras. We also install your mini bullets depending on the building, your surroundings. These are all things that I put into your install. Okay, I just don't throw cameras up. Take a look at your surroundings, take measurements, we take photos, see what the areas and fields of view are, and we do it the right way. Why? Because you want to catch whoever breaks into your home, vandalizes your house, your business, your car, whatever. You want them found quickly and effectively, and that's what we do. So this is a conduit base for your cameras. They also come with conduit bases are different for these. As you can see, it's too small. Now here at Black Ops, we also do private investigations. I'll save that video for another time, as we do have a lot of different neat gadgets you'll love. From hidden cameras that are in nanny cams, that are in digital clocks, cell phone chargers, you think your child's being abused at your home, things of that sort. I mean, of course you have to be careful with Pennsylvania laws when it comes down to that, okay? You can't be putting cameras in bathrooms and bedrooms, things of that sort. Yeah, no. You might not want to do that. But anyway, covered a lot today. Here it is. We got a lot of different things that we do. Much different than you just slapping something together. And then when you call them up and you have a problem, you never understand them. You get somebody from a different country, different time zone. Let's face it, we live in northeast Pennsylvania. As you can see, even by today's weather, it's over 60 degrees today. Beginning of March. Tomorrow could be 2 foot of snow. Get the cameras that are right for you, your home, your family, and the weather. Give us a call. 866-326-6788. Hope to hear from you. Don't be a statistic, be a boss.